Hey BookTube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today is another Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Ginger Reed Slaney, so I'll link her channel below as well as a link to the Top 5 Wednesday Goodreads page. The topic for this week is best suggested books, or books that were recommended to you that you ended up loving. The first two books on my list were both recommended by the same person, who is Kelsey from Kelsey Fish. I could easily fill this entire video with just books that Kelsey has recommended to me that I ended up falling in love with, but for the sake of mixing it up, I will stick with just two. The first of these is Luck in the Shadows by Lynn Flewelling. This is the first book in the Night Runner series. Kelsey recommended this one to me like 5 or 6 years ago. I had never read Night Runner or even heard of it, so I picked it up, instantly fell in love, marathoned every book in the series that was out at the time, and I have since been a super dedicated fan to this series. I love it, and all of Lynn Flewelling's writing. Definitely recommend this book any chance that I get. The second of my Kelsey picks is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and specifically the audiobook for this. Kelsey recommended it to me at a time when I had not yet gotten into Audible, and she specifically recommended this one because it's narrated by Will Wheaton, who I happen to love. And so this was the book that I used as my first free Audible book that you get when you sign up, and I became completely hooked. I have been an Audible user ever since, which I guess is probably like 2 or 3 years at this point. I don't even remember exactly when that book came out, but yes, so that is the book that put me over the edge and made me an Audible user. Thank you, Kelsey. I do not regret this. Next on my list is Snow Crash by Neal Stephenson, which was recommended to me by my old roommate. I hadn't read this or any of Neal Stephenson's books, but my roommate adopted a kitty while we were rooming together and named the kitty YT after one of the characters. At this point, it's no real secret that I am completely obsessed with cats, and specifically the kitties that are in my life. And so of course it became very important that I read YT's namesake book, and I completely loved it. Super glad I read it, super glad to know a kitty it named after such a cool book. And fun fact, that roommate now has a second kitty who's named after the other main character in the book, Hero. So that is just a bundle of cuteness right there. Fourth on my list is a book that I'm sure most of you are quite familiar with, and that is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which is the first book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. I love this series and the main character and the world and the magic and everything. Yes to everything. This book was actually recommended to me by one of my coworkers. She works in a different department from me, but through lunchroom conversations and such, we realized that we both have pretty similar tastes in books, and so we will often recommend books to each other, and this was one that she recommended to me, and yes, I became quite obsessed with it. I am very glad that this one came on my radar thanks to her. And last on my list is a series that was recommended to me by another coworker, and that is the Book of the New Sun series by Gene Wolfe. I am currently halfway through this series. I read the first and second books, and I'm about to start on the third one, hoping then to get to the fourth one next month. I gave 5 stars to the first 2 books, and from what I hear, the second 2 are just as good. So I am very glad to be experiencing this series and am loving it so far. So yeah, that's my top 5 best recommended books. Thank you to everyone who recommended them to me, as well as all of the other recommendations I've got, because I get many and I love them all. Thank you. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 are, or if we happen to have any in common, because that would be awesome. And yeah, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hope everybody is having a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!